Joining us now from the House Small Business and Foreign Affairs Committees, he's Representative Dan Meuser. It's great to have you on, Dan. Okay, America's economy was moving into a V-shaped recovery, pretty brisk recovery. Did you see this new analysis that says there's an estimated $260 billion in fraud and waste in government pandemic loans? That's about the size of the economy of Oregon. What is going on here?
Yeah, that sounds pretty outrageous. We, of course, all got hit by the COVID, and many mistakes were made because there was a lot of fear initially. There were some random shutdowns, particularly in my state in Pennsylvania. Some states handled it better than others. We then went through a recovery mode with the CARES package. We had PPP loans. We had a lot of good things that happened. Stimulus checks initially because people were forced to stay home. We had to fund the hospitals, we had to get testing out. But then certainly when you get into the bailout phase, there were some bailouts that worked out well. Again, back to the PPP. Definitely some hiccups. The Main Street lending plan as well for some larger companies, the airlines. But you're right. We had some certain loans, such as the EIDL, the Emergency Injury Disaster Loan Program, is estimated by the IG, could have as much as $70 billion alone of fraudulent loans made, and then you throw in there the unemployment insurance that went out. We had some really sloppy work that was done, but I got to tell you something, Elizabeth, when you have trillions of dollars being managed by the federal government and then handed down to the state government, you know, some of these terrible management is what occurs. There's too much money.
Point.
Going through the EIDL loan, for instance, is run by the SBA. The SBA did 1/3, $60 billion of loans in 67 years. In the 2-year period, they were asked to do $230 billion in loans, and their staff barely increased. The reason that the PPP had so far less loans, because it was done through commercial banks. It was a public-private project, basically. That's how things got to work. I mean, and that's my big fear with some of these huge expenditures moving forward. They want to double down on this potential. Thanks.
Yeah, the thing is, this small business lending program was already on the government watchdog radar screen for major fraud for years and years and years. Now we've got House Minority Leader Kevin McCarthy in a bipartisan push to claw back fraudulent jobless claims. Potential $30 billion in fake jobless claims in California. We're seeing that in Maryland and other states. Yeah. So we're paying money for people to stay home. Restaurants and bars can't get workers. Construction companies can't get workers. And now we have massive fraud, too. Your final word.
I will just say that we need to understand and appreciate, we need to be focused on private sector growth, not government growth. And when we can bring the private sector in to help manage and facilitate, it usually works out, always works out, better than the government handling such large-scale ventures.
Great point. Congressman Dan Meuser, thank you so much for joining us. Come back soon. It's good to see you.